President of Mongolia Khurelsukh Okhna arrived in the Republic of Tajikistan on July 24, 2025 for the state visit and was welcomed at Dushanbe International Airport by the First Deputy Prime Minister of the Republic of Tajikistan, Hokim Holukzoda, and non-resident Ambassador Extraordinary and Plenipotentiary of Mongolia to Tajikistan, Bayrhu Dorj. The two sides view the state visit as a significant impetus to expanding Mongolia's friendly relations with Central Asian countries, particularly the Republic of Tajikistan, enriching cooperation with economic content and strengthening friendship between the peoples. Mongolia and the Republic of Tajikistan established diplomatic relations in 1992, and this marks the first ever state visit to Tajikistan by a president of Mongolia. Upon arrival in Dushanbe, President Khurelsukh paid tribute and laid a wreath at the statue of Ismail Samoni, a symbol of Tajik history and culture. The people of the Republic of Tajikistan highly revere Ismail Samoni, the first emir of the Samanid dynasty, who left a lasting legacy in Tajik statehood. A 13-meter-high statue has been built in his honor, along with a museum replicating the Ismail Samanid Mausoleum, built in Bukhara in the 9th to 10th centuries. The bronze lions flanking the statue symbolize national unity, peace, and stability. In accordance with the official state protocol, heads of state and distinguished guests visiting the Republic of Tajikistan lay wreaths at the statue to pay tribute. President of Mongolia Khurelsukh Okhna was officially welcomed by President Emomali Rahmon at the Palace of the Nation on July 24, 2025. At the official ceremony held in the square in front of the Palace of the Nation, the national flags of the two countries were raised. Following the report by the commander of the honor guard to President of Mongolia Khurelsukh Okhna, the national anthems of the two countries were played, accompanied by ceremonial gun salutes. President Khurelsukh and President Rahmon reviewed the honor guard, exchanged greetings with members of the official delegations, and posed for a commemorative photo. Located in central Dushanbe, the Palace of the Nation is regarded as a unique architectural symbol of the country's independence and a reflection of Central Asian history and culture. The Republic of Tajikistan declared its independence in 1991 and has a presidential form of government. President Emomali Rahmon has been serving as head of state since 1994. Tajikistan has a population of over 10 million and a gross domestic product of approximately $17 billion. The country's economy is mainly supported by non-ferrous metals, hydropower, agriculture, transport, communications, mining, food, light, and chemical industries. Major exports include mineral resources, cotton, primary aluminum, energy, fruits, vegetables, cotton yarn, cement, leather, and hides. Imports mainly consist of food, machinery and equipment, construction materials, and chemical products. Tajikistan possesses abundant rivers, lakes, and freshwater resources, accounting for 60% of Central Asia's water reserves. It ranks 8th in the world in terms of freshwater availability. President of Mongolia Khurelsukh Okhna held official talks with President of the Republic of Tajikistan Emomali Rahmon on July 24, 2025. The two heads of state exchanged views on the prospects for bilateral relations and cooperation, as well as on regional and international issues. President Emomali Rahmon congratulated President Khurelsukh on conducting the first ever state visit since the establishment of diplomatic relations between the two countries in 1992. The two presidents noted that this state visit carries great importance for elevating their traditionally friendly ties to a new level and expanding practical cooperation. President Khurelsukh highlighted that President Emomali Rahmon's first state visit to Mongolia in 2009 laid the historical foundation for relations between the two countries. President Khurelsukh emphasized that the visit made a valuable contribution to the development of bilateral cooperation and stated that Mongolia places particular importance on fostering friendly relations and partnerships with Central Asian countries, including the Republic of Tajikistan. The heads of state reviewed the achievements of the past 30 years and reaffirmed their shared aspiration to enrich their relations with new content and expand them in all areas in the coming years. During the official talks, the two sides expressed their intention to elevate cooperation in the fields of economy, trade, agriculture, green development, digital transformation, culture, education, and tourism, in alignment with the respective national development policies, Vision 2050 of Mongolia, and National Development Strategy 2030 of the Republic of Tajikistan. To deepen mutually beneficial cooperation, the two sides agreed to work on removing transportation and logistics barriers, creating shorter transport corridors, and exploring opportunities to integrate into regional infrastructure networks. The presidents of the two countries shared their views on the importance of producing value-added products in animal husbandry and light industry and implementing projects and programs based on wool, cashmere, cotton, and cotton fabrics. The heads of state also underlined that aligning the White Gold National Movement of Mongolia, initiated by President Khurelsukh, with Tajikistan's policy for developing its cotton and textile industries will be a significant step towards deepening mutually beneficial partnership. President Khurelsukh expressed Mongolia's readiness to export livestock-based raw materials, particularly halal-certified meat and meat products that meet quality and safety standards, to Tajikistan and to cooperate on enhancing export conditions by meeting veterinary, quarantine, and standard requirements. President Emomali Rahmon, in turn, proposed active cooperation on importing wool, cashmere, and leather goods for Mongolia and supplying Mongolia with fruits, berries, vegetables, and canned products. The heads of state agreed on the importance of establishing effective mechanisms to advance bilateral relations and deemed it appropriate to set up an intergovernmental commission in the near future and convene its first meeting. The President of Mongolia and the President of the Republic of Tajikistan underscored that this would serve as a practical instrument for aligning priority areas of cooperation, implementing joint projects and programs, supporting private sector engagement, and creating a favorable legal environment. The two presidents concurred that the first-ever Mongolia-Tajikistan Business Forum and Business Council, to be organized during the visit, will make a significant contribution to fostering connections between entrepreneurs of both countries. The heads of state expressed confidence that a cultural and artistic performance to be held in Dushanbe under their patronage will contribute greatly to strengthening mutual trust between the peoples of the two countries, and agreed to deepen cooperation in culture and humanitarian fields, as well as support closer ties in education, sports, and youth exchanges. The two presidents also expressed their commitment to expanding cooperation at regional and international levels, particularly within the frameworks of the United Nations, the Shanghai Cooperation Organization, and other international organizations. President Khurelsukh noted that Tajikistan was one of the first countries to join the International Think Tank for Landlocked Developing Countries. The head of state of Mongolia also reaffirmed Mongolia's invitation for Tajikistan to participate at the highest level in the 17th Conference of the Parties to the United Nations Convention to Combat Desertification, to be held in Ulaanbaatar in 2026. The two sides agreed that aligning the national movements of Mongolia, billions of trees, and food safety and security with the programs of the Republic of Tajikistan, 2 billion seedlings, and Sustainable Agriculture Development Program 2030 will make an important contribution to sustainable development. The Speaker of Majlisi Namoyan Dogon, the lower chamber of the Majlisi Oli, or the Parliament of the Republic of Tajikistan, Faisali Idizoda, paid a courtesy call on the President of Mongolia, Khurelsukh Okhna. President Khurelsukh Okhna noted that Mongolia attaches great significance to relations and cooperation with the Republic of Tajikistan as an important regional partner with traditional friendly relations. The President of Mongolia highlighted the 11 documents signed during the state visit aimed at expanding cooperation in the economy, agriculture, industry, digital development, culture, and tourism sectors. Moreover, President Khurelsukh expressed satisfaction with the Joint Declaration on Cooperation established jointly with the President of the Republic of Tajikistan, Emomali Rahmon, determining the long-term vision for cooperation. Speaker Faisali Idizoda highlighted that the Parliament of the Republic of Tajikistan attaches great importance to the first state visit by President Khursuh Okhna to the Republic of Tajikistan and will pay special attention while working to deepen the friendship of the peoples of the two countries. The Speaker of Majlisi, Namoyan Dogon, mentioned that a Tajikistan-Mongolia parliamentary friendship group was established under the lower chamber of the parliament, aiming to activate interparliamentary relations and cooperation. Speaker Faisali Idizoda emphasized this as a crucial mechanism to support stable ties and collaboration. The Majlisi Oli, or the Parliament of the Republic of Tajikistan, has 2 chambers and 96 members serving for a 5-year term. While the higher chamber, or Majlisi Mili, has 33 members, the lower chamber has 63 members. During the state visit, the 2 heads of state held a one-on-one and official talks, exchanging views on bilateral relations as well as broader matters of cooperation in regional and international affairs. Issued a joint declaration between Mongolia and the Republic of Tajikistan on developing friendly relations and multifaceted cooperation. Reaffirmed their intention to develop traditional friendly relations and cooperation, agreeing to expand and strengthen ties in the political, trade, economic, industrial, agricultural, renewable energy, transportation, logistics, education, cultural, and tourism sectors. During the state visit, 11 documents aimed at expanding and developing relations and cooperation in the fields of agriculture, road transport, energy, and tourism were signed. President Khursuh Okhna was officially seen off at Dushanbe International Airport by the First Deputy Prime Minister of the Republic of Tajikistan, Hokim Holikzoda, and non-resident Ambassador Extraordinary and Plenipotentiary of Mongolia to the Republic of Tajikistan, Bayrhu Torch.